Hello and welcome to another Adobe Photoshop project for you guys, and today we're going to swap the background of a picture of you and we're going to put you in some really interesting location. So first thing of course is to open Adobe Premiere Elements, which I've already done, to skip that bit where it kind of freezes at the beginning. So we're going to start building up different layers, and the background layer we'll take out and put in a different background. So you can have a holiday around the world and send people pictures and put them on Facebook without getting out of your chair. So we're going to go File, New, Blank File. We're going to choose this one called Default Photoshop Element Size, which is like a snapshot size. If that isn't here, you can click on this pull down menu and select it, Default Photoshop Element Size, and OK. We're going to kind of put our layers on top of this background. Now we need to put two more layers. We need to put a background layer and we need to put you. So back to File, Open, and I've already navigated to 4G 2013 photos, but just in case you've forgotten how to get to that, go to Computer, Collaboration, which is the P drive, Year 4, 4G Projects, and this is the collection of photos of you guys standing in front of the blue screen. And for those of you who are not from Glenwood, it can be any plain background as long as the background is a different color to the foreground. So it's important that the person being photographed isn't wearing something that's the same color as the background, because that will get deleted out. So let's choose one. Can't see these, so I'm going to switch to large icons so I can see. So I'm just going to grab this one, no particular reason. And up comes this picture. You know who that is, of course. And see how the blue background is quite different to the foreground, and that's very easy to get rid of. And the way we do that is by using this magic wand. Magic wand makes things disappear, just like in Harry Potter and stuff like that. So click on Magic Wand. There's a little slider up here called Tolerance, and the higher the number, the more of the similar colors it's going to take out. Now I've set this to 95, which is very high, and that's okay because there's nothing remotely blue in any of the rest of the photo, so that should do a nice neat cut for me. So I put my magic wand in the blue, and there you go. If you find that the selection is biting into the picture and going into the picture and it looks like it's going to chop off part of the picture, set this to a lower number. Try different numbers. I think the default is 30, and you can just try different numbers. I'll change it and show you what I'm doing. If I set that to a lower number, 20, I get the magic wand, click in to switch off the previous one, click in to switch the new one, and you can see it's not picking up the whole thing. So I'm going to go back to 95 because that was quite a good one for this picture. Now, I've selected the background, but what I really want is the stuff in front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the selection. So you go to this tool called Select, and then you go down to Inverse, which means switch them around. So now I've inverted it. Now the background is no longer selected, but the foreground is selected. Now I'm going to move that onto a separate layer. If you look over here in the layers, it's all one layer at the moment. But I'm going to make a new layer. So go to Layer, New, and Layer via Copy. I could have also used Cut, but it doesn't make any difference. Now I've got two layers, and you can see that in the top layer, the background is gone. And I can show you that by closing the eye of the background. And this checkered pattern means it's see-through, it's transparent. Now I'm going to move this layer onto my other picture. So I'm going to switch to side-by-side view, Then I'm going to select arrow, and I'm going to drag it across. I'm not going to worry about the size or anything just yet because I've got another part to do. I'm finished with this, so I'm going to close it down. I don't need it anymore. And now I'm going to choose a new background to put behind. So I'm going to go to Open, and I've made a folder here which has backgrounds in it. And I'll switch back to the pictures. And these are pictures of a really amazing place I went to called Petra in Jordan. And I'm going to put the picture of one of these fantastic locations in Jordan as my background. I might choose this. And there's my background picture. Once again, we're going to go side by side, and I'm going to drag the background across. And then I'm going to get rid of the background. I don't need it anymore. So now I've got all my layers in place. First thing I want to do is I'm going to size my background so it takes up the whole frame. Now when I've clicked on the background, you see it's got these little squares. They're called handles, and you can use those to make things bigger or smaller. So I'm going to put this up in the top corner and then use the handle to drag it across to make sure it's the whole frame. Then I'm going to click OK. Now I need to put my person in front, so I select my person layer, click and hold on the mouse and move it up, and now he's in front. Seems a bit big to me, so I'm going to grab his handle and make him a bit smaller. And because of the way the photograph is taken, I cut off his shoulder there, so he'll have to go over to this side. And click yes. And he's a bit bright compared to my background, so I'll show you one more thing that you can do. Select the foreground, then you go to this tab called Enhance, and we're going to adjust the lighting, and we're going to use this one called Levels. And this level here makes the blacks blacker. This level here makes it go lighter or darker, and this level here makes the whites wider, which we definitely don't want in this one. So I'm going to increase the blacks a little bit and make it just a little bit darker, and it blends in a bit more. There are other things you can do to this which we won't do today. This blue bit, which is a reflection of the blue screen, can be removed. Something else you could do in Enhance is make the color a little less bright. So I'm going to adjust the color with Adjust Hue and Saturation. Hue means the color. I can make them all kinds of weird colors if I want to, which I won't do. Saturation is the amount of color, black and white to rainbow color. This could be a good effect, I don't know. So I'm going to take a little bit of the color out, and that will do. Anyway, that's basically it. So that's how you can put yourself into different locations. If you haven't got a photo of yourself against a plain background, you can use any photo, but you'll need to use the rubber, the eraser. Okay, thanks for listening.